It's over. After 9 years, 5 seasons, and countless battles with the Upside Down, we have finally reached the end of the road for the Hawkins gang. Look, I need a moment to just process this. This wasn't just a season finale, it felt like saying goodbye to a part of our own lives. It was epic, it was heartbreaking, and yes, it was controversial. Today, we're diving deep into that ending, the final battle, the plot holes that drove me crazy, and the massive question marks surrounding Eleven's fate. Did she really die? I have a theory that changes everything. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the final stand against Vecna and the Mind Flayer. I've seen a lot of people complaining online, saying, oh, it was too fast, or they defeated them too easily after all this buildup. Honestly, I totally disagree. You have to remember, for 4 seasons, they were fighting in the dark. They didn't know what they were fighting or how to kill it permanently. That's why it took so long before. This time they knew the stakes. They understood the enemy. And crucially, they had Will. His connection and his newfound control over the hive mind forces were the game changer. At 11 going full power from one side and the rest of the group attacking simultaneously from the other, it was overwhelming force. It wasn't too fast, it was efficient. It was a strong, fair victory earned through years of suffering. Moving away from the action, this season delivered some of the most gut-wrenching emotional moments of the entire series. The reunion scene with Steve, Nancy, Robin, and Jonathan, man, that hit hard. It was obvious to everyone watching that the actors weren't just acting in that moment. Those tears felt real. After 9 years working together, that was a genuine goodbye between best friends. It reminds you of your own life, doesn't it? Those friends you grew up with, the ones life eventually took in different directions. You don't see them often, but the bond is forever. Watching that scene was painful because we knew, just like them, that we wouldn't see these characters together like this again. And finally, we got the graduation scene, a much needed moment of joy. Dustin's speech was perfect, spontaneous, hilarious, totally him. But then the camera finds Mike. And in the middle of all that celebration, he remembers. He remembers her sacrifice. And just like that, we're crying again. Now we have to talk about the things that just didn't make sense, the frustrating stuff. Number one, the military and Dr. Sullivan. Are you kidding me? After everything they have seen, the Demogorgons, Vecna opening gates, Dr. Sullivan is still obsessed with the idea that 11 is the sole cause of the problem, that killing or capturing her is the solution. It was completely illogical and, frankly, lazy writing to keep them as antagonists at this point. And where were the parents? Ted Wheeler gets attacked by a Demogorgon defending his family in Volume 1 and in Volume 2. Poof, gone. No one mentions him? He wasn't a great dad, but come on. And it gets worse. Dustin's mom? Missing. And most unforgivably, Max's mom? Her daughter was in a coma for 2 years. We didn't get a single scene, not even a throwaway line about where she was. Even bad parents aren't that absent. Also, the complete absence of Susie in the final season was jarring. I know there are rumors about behind-the-scenes reasons for the actress's departure, but within the story itself, it needed an explanation. It felt like a loose thread they just cut off. Okay, let's get to the biggest twists. Kaylee 008. Going into Volume 2, many of us thought she'd return as a villain. But the show surprised us. Her return was actually shocking because she was helpful. She didn't betray Elle, she fought alongside the group. It was a great redemption arc. And I believe Kaylee is the key to understanding the moment. The sacrifice scene. Watching Elle sacrifice herself to save everyone was devastating. The reactions from Hopper, and especially Mike, it broke me. But as I mentioned earlier, something about it felt off, illogical. Which brings me to the final scene in the basement, and my theory. Everyone is happy except Mike. He's sitting there crushed by the weight of a world without 11. But here's what I think really happened. I don't think Elle died. I believe Callie used her powers to create the ultimate illusion. We saw Callie die, but remember, we also saw Elle in the truck with the group when the military was waiting for them, so How did she make it to the gate's door with no one seeing her going there? What if Kaylee's final act was to make it look like Elle sacrificed herself? To convince the military, the world, and tragically even Mike that she was gone? It was the only way for Eleven to truly be free from being hunted. I choose to believe Elle is alive somewhere and that one day she and Mike will find each other again. The very last shot of Mike, watching Holly and her friends taking over the basement, starting their own journey, it was poetic. He realizes his childhood is officially over. It's a different kind of grief. Despite the plot holes and the heartbreak, I'm so glad the rest of the group survived. It was a dramatic, emotional, and truly epic conclusion. What do you guys think? Is Elle alive? Did the ending satisfy you? Let me know in the comments. And don't worry, this channel isn't done with Stranger Things. I'll keep following the cast and their new projects. Thanks for watching this journey with me. See you in the next one.